going to go ahead and actually take a look at Hulk Hogan being booed at the whole WWE arena for Monday Night Raw, which, if I'm not mistaken, is now supposed to be on Netflix. They had a whole deal, which I didn't understand because you had the whole Tyson and what's his face, Paul fight, and okay, that wasn't good anyways, but that whole thing was a mess. But whatever. So he is getting booed. And then we're going to go and read some comments, of course.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. You know something, maniacs? I've been in this business for over 40 years, and the greatest part of my life was being part of this great WWE, guys.
So we have over here, it says Hulk Hogan has dedicated basically his entire life, he said 40 years, to the WWE, and to see him be booed like that in a spot meant to honor him really warmed my heart. I loved every second of it. So, as we already know, he's like pro-Trump, America, and all the extra stuff, but he's also anti-black. He also doesn't really fudge with black people. I already knew this. I mean, let's keep it real. You could tell by his actions, the way he was looking. I was like, you don't look like you are down for black people at all. And then you find out he's not, So you have all that kind of stuff going on. Then you have a lot of people who do not like Trump, and that added on to it. So then we got all the boos. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at the comments. I used to watch WWE as well as WWF, and I don't know. I never got into liking him, to be honest. So I have no skin in the game in that regard. But let's see what some other people have to say. It says, after that ish in a bar earlier this year and the firing of the black model for his beer line, to the comment about his daughter dating a brother, F. Hogan, and I grew up adoring him and the WWE. That's also the thing. So with the model, he paid her. Now, he didn't know what she looked like, apparently. He just knew that she had a lot of subscribers and whatnot. But he paid her to do content. And then once he found out she was black, it was like, oh, let's fire her. Let's get Becky. And then that's what ended up happening. All right. And then with his daughter dating, it was one of those like, I don't want you dating, you know what? You know what I mean? So all that kind of stuff. I get it. He got what he deserved. He earned every boo. I know he went into a roid rage when he got backstage. It feels like the universe been spinning the block on a lot of these folks, and I'm here for it. Okay, I was cracking up the harder and louder he tried to talk, the more they booed. He called his daughter's ex the N-word and was recorded saying it numerous times. That's what I was referring to. You being with this, all that mess. To the city of Inglewood, we are so proud of y'all. Y'all the MVP. To be clear, he wasn't booed just because he's a Trump supporter. Although it played a part, he said the N-word multiple times in an interview, stating he did not understand why he couldn't say the N-word, but black people could. Undertaker is a Trump supporter as well and was not booed. He is a racist. Okay, he's a racist. So that's all of that stuff combined. You just... Oh, I want to say the N-word. Your daughter's dating a black dude. Oh, you're dating the N-word. What? Like, why is this? Why do you think that's the okay thing to say? You know what I mean? Why are you so like emboldened to say something like this? Why are you so emboldened to why are you so comfortable? You know what I mean? And you don't like us. It's as clear as day at this point. So I find that to be very interesting. But hey, he got booed. He still got money, so whatever. He may end up showing his face again on here. I haven't watched WWE. Chad, I haven't watched it since I was like 19, I think. It was just too much, I'm more of a UFC person now. It was just too much for me because one of the main things was this. And, this is getting into something else now. But one of the main things, we just talking. But one of the main things that got to me was how you had Friday Night SmackDown, which was on, it was filmed on Tuesdays and then it was pre recorded, whatever, put on Fridays. Fine. I never watched NXT, but I would watch Monday Night Raw, right? Monday Night Raw was 2 hours. Okay. I think it started at what? 8, 9, 10. I think it started at like 8 o'clock. So that was 2 hours. Okay. And then you would have, different celebrities come out to host, all that kind of stuff. They had the Muppets one time. It was real cool. I really enjoyed it. And then they'll have their holidays. So they'll have, like, I think it was a Halloween special they had, but I know for a fact they had Christmas. They may have had Thanksgiving, whatever, but they had the holiday specials, and that was a 3 hour show, right? So it made it more special. And then these fools went and said, okay, now we're going to just make them all 3 hours. And I'm like, okay. And I remember I only watched 2 to maybe at the most 3 weeks of this 3 hour permanent thing that they had going on, because they ended up not having celebrities do the hosting. I think at one point they pretty much stopped it. So it's just your regulars. And I'm like, kind of like the other stuff. And then the 3 hours now, for those 3 times I've seen it, the 3 hours they didn't do enough for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, we got the 3 hours, but it's not special anymore. So then I remember one time I was watching and I said, I'm done. I think I gave it 3 episodes, like 3 weeks, and I was done. Because these fools came out, talked for an hour, and then they started fighting. I said, we just got an additional hour of just talking. So we got 2 hours where you're talking and fighting, right? You're talking and wrestling. And then we got, now because it's 3 hours, now we got a whole hour more of you talking to then talk some more and fight. I remember one episode, I think it was it John Cena. I don't remember who it was, but I'm watching. I'm like, okay, well, I can go use the bathroom or I go take my shower. Came back, still talking. I asked my sister, I said, did they start fighting yet? She's like, they still talking. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm going to warm me up some food. They still talking? Yeah, still talking. An hour later, I go and look, and I said, they've been talking for an hour. Yo, you understand how annoyed I was? I'm like, y'all been talking for an hour? You just on the night just talking for 1 hour? Oh no. I said, I can't. And that's where I fell off. I said, I'm not, this is bull. You know what I mean? I was like, this is not entertainment. I get, yeah, people want to see people talk, whatever. That's the whole point of, it's entertainment. You know what I mean? But at some point, I'm like, I just can't see myself just being up here, just watching. You just talking for an hour, not doing anything. And you're a wrestler. You're not doing anything. Meanwhile, when I go and watch UFC, they have a little intro, whatever. We go and say, okay, it's this person, this person, and let's get going. Okay, UFC, they start on time. Okay, not unless it's like, for example, if they're like doing like an extra hype, like it's a pay-per-view, they hype it up even more, then they probably won't start for another 30 minutes or whatever. But here, I'm like, y'all just talking. You know what I mean? And yeah, I can't. I used to love it so much. I seen one event, when they came to Champagne, for my sister and whatnot. She went and bought the tickets for us and we came down and all the other stuff. But I couldn't. I said, this is not, I can't watch this. I can't be sitting up here watching you just talk for 1 hour before we now get into the regular shit stuff. Y'all,